Numbers don't lie. Hey everyone, it is Mel with the Mark and Mel Team, eXp Realty, and we're going to talk about the actual numbers for July 2022. Not hype, not any lies. We're going to give you the facts. So stay tuned. I'm Mel with the Mark and Mel Team, eXp Realty, and we love helping our clients. For over 30 years, we've helped market and appraise real estate for the general public, and we love serving with excellence through experience. So let's talk about the actual numbers out there. In July 2022, we go over the Crawford report every month, and we can see numbers now that tell a story, and they help people to know whether to buy, whether to stay in their home, or whether to sell that home. No matter what the motivation, people are still moving. They are still buying homes. They are still selling homes. And we'll go over those numbers right now. Who are the people that are selling right now? Who are the people that are buying right now? Well, the answer might surprise you. If you have any questions about your particular area and location, which it is always about location, please call us, text us, email us, get a hold of us, and we would love to show you these numbers specific to your area or an area you're interested in to see how it impacts your home buying needs and home selling needs. And if you're an agent that's having a tough time in this market shift, then you're going to want to contact us because we are growing like crazy at eXp Realty. And the reason is because we have technology, we have a cloud-based business that doesn't have overhead, and we pay back the agents for their growth and success. And if you want more success and you want to grow your business, now is a great time to do that. And we can tell you why on the conversation. So let's get to those numbers right now. Over the last 2 years, the home value appreciation has exploded in the Valley, especially in Arizona, because of all the employers and employees that are coming to the Valley. Because of tax incentives, we have commercial buildings going up like crazy because they're going to house all these businesses, and that will provide jobs for the employees. And since October 2020, we have seen a double-digit annual appreciation. So because there was so much demand, we got as high as 28.5% between March 2021 and March 2022. But we cannot keep up that growth, right? Especially since the incomes are not keeping up with the same amount of appreciation. So with the difference in rate, there has been a drop in demand, which means there are more homes sitting on the market. It's good to have home to home over the last 2 years because you got all that appreciation. And most likely you've gained significant appreciation. But what you don't have is you do not have the speculators coming in and trying to make a quick buck off of a purchase and a sale. Now we're looking at just the average home buyer that wants to live in the home or buy an investment property. And if you're gonna get into the market, it's gonna keep appreciating. So it's a good time to get in. Let me tell you why. Okay, everybody is freaking out about the interest rate, right? The interest rate is really not that high. And I know it's hard to say that because the appreciation is so extreme, right? But let's talk interest rates and let's talk about different things that you can do. Right now, we do have that rising interest rate, but I'm going to share on my screen and I'm going to share some examples of what has happened before in the market every time there is a recession. So here's a look at the mortgage rates and recessions of the past. And this goes all the way back to 1971. So you can see the interest rates were going up and up and up. And in around 1981, 82, there was a recession, and they increased the rate. The government increased the rate so that they would stop the inflation. And right afterwards, to stimulate the economy again, they lowered the interest rate. So then you're going through a lowering of interest rates, and it bobs up and down the whole way. It always does. But look at this overall trend. Overall, it's gone down. So I remember my first condo was at 10% in the mid 1980s. So at 10%, we always got a lower rate on and on as time went by. Any home we purchased, but we just got our foot in the door. And even if that meant a 1-bedroom, 1-bath condo, we got our foot in the door because we're always seeing appreciation and we're always seeing a lower rate as time goes by. This is historically what's happened, and this is facts. Okay, so don't listen to all the negative news out there. Negative news wants to get your attention. They just want to get your attention because nobody's going to listen to positive news. What kind of attention does that draw, right? So everybody stops if there's some emergency, or they stop and listen to some negative in social media or news. And that is the way some people are just trying to get your attention. They want your eyes on them. And so it is a ploy that it is not factual. This is actual facts. Okay, so over the last, look at this, the last 4 recessions, each time that the interest rate went up, then it went down. It went up, then the rate went down. The last one here is 2019. And then it dropped dramatically. The rate dropped because COVID, and they were trying to stimulate the economy. So what we can expect now, even though the interest rates have spiked to get because of the recession and trying to stop inflation, they will most likely, historically, they will drop. So you can get into a property and then shortly after, you can most likely refinance. But there are other options that you can do right now when you purchase a home to keep the payment down. And the reason this is a wonderful thing is because the demand and supply are coming in balance. So there are so many more home sellers right now with their homes on the market that there's more options for buyers. And when there's more options for buyers, it makes it competitive for the sellers. So they are more likely now to not overprice their home, because if they want to sell, they want to sell. Most people don't want to just put their home on the market and just see what they can get. Most people don't. In the past couple of years, they actually have, because they were able to get an amazing amount for that home. But most people, when they need to move, they need to move. When they need to sell that second home, they sell that second home or third home. And that's what they're doing now, because they feel it's at the top of the market and they want to get the most out of that home and use that equity for whatever purpose they want. So right now, let me tell you what sellers are doing in the way of concessions, and concessions are up. So you have a stabilizing price, right? It's not hyper appreciating. So you have nice stable prices that are gradually going up now. But what sellers are doing to compete and to give concessions is not always just dropping the price. They might drop it a little bit, but what they can do is make your payment lower as a buyer. They can make this payment closer to when it was low. Let me show you how that is. So here's an example of a 2-1 buy down with, let's say, a sales price of a $550,000 home with a down payment of $110,000 or 20%, with an interest rate of 5.75 and a loan amount of $440,000. The principal interest of $2,567. So if the seller will offer to buy down the rate, that changes the first year to an interest rate of 3.75. And that is a payment of $2,037. That's a difference of $530 a month. It's huge. It's huge. It'll get that buyer in that home. And that's an annual difference of $6,360. On the second year, it goes to 4.75, the payment of $2,295, which most times everybody's income is going up gradually. So that is a doable payment, but it gives some breathing room until that income goes up. And that is a payment of, that's a savings of $272 a month. Instead of $2,567, it's $2,295. And that's a yearly difference of $3,264. So with no buy down, the payment of $2,567, zero monthly difference, zero annual, that seller contribution totaled $9,624. So instead of dropping the price, the list price of the home for sale, $10,000 or even $15,000, wouldn't it be nice to get closer to the list price for the seller and also help the buyer's payment be lower? See, this is why everything is still moving. Do not believe negative news. It is not factual. These are the facts, and this is what's happening currently. And in Arizona, of course, and it is all about location, location, location. I can't tell you what's going on in Alabama or another state, but we have vetted agents. We have over 83,000 agents everywhere that are vetted and trained by our trainers that are top agents. And so we have some of the best trainers that I've ever seen at a brokerage. We have over 60 classes, I think, now in the world. You can get any class that you want at any time, or you can even attend live online. So it is a great time to not only be an agent and learn how to navigate and adjust in this market shift and utilize all the tools available, but it is also a great time for home buyers and home sellers to get what they want and to have a win-win for the home seller and home buyer. So keep in mind that the reason we have so many homes going on the market right now is because people are getting off the fence. They know that we are at the top of a market right now, and that if they want to get that equity out and freed up for, let's say, their retirement, or they just don't want to be they don't want to have so many rentals right now, whatever reason, they're deciding to do it now. So this shows the active supply and the percentage intended use. So out of the intended use of second homes, the market share of active listings is 27%. High buyers like Open Door and OfferPad, 47%, which is very high. Rentals, 58%. Owner occupied, market share of active listings, 47%. And other owners, 98%. New construction, 12% of the home builders. This is the total of active listings currently. So here we see that the iBuyers, Open Door and OfferPad, are extremely high percentage of active listings out there. And the reason is because they can't make that quick appreciation profit because prices are stabilizing. So they want to get rid of those vacant homes. The other thing is rentals. There are a large percent of people that got into the rental market and they thought, well, we'll just rent out for a little bit and then we'll sell for a profit because of the hyper appreciation, which is not going on anymore. And because of stable prices, some rentals will be sold either because the person doesn't want to be a landlord anymore, or because that rent isn't getting what they thought they would, or the cost of vacancies and collections was too much and they underestimated the cost to hold on to that rental. There's a variety of reasons that a large percent are on the market. Also Airbnbs. There's a lot of pushback from Airbnbs in the neighborhood. There are HOAs that are pushing back and saying we don't want Airbnbs in this neighborhood. There's actually people that are running for government because based on that platform, that they will stop the Airbnbs from becoming so many in a certain city. So this is one of the other reasons you're seeing an increase in those properties on the market. Also, new construction, now they're building out. Some people got pushed out of the purchase because of the rate going up and they could no longer afford that new construction, and they're catching up with the new construction. So now there's a percent that are active on the market. So that totals all of those. And 52% of these are active listings are vacant, which is extremely high. So these were ones that were purchased, and now people are just saying, we're not going to hold on to this. This is the combination of this perfect storm and why there's so many active listings on the market. It's not because people are in foreclosure and there's a bunch of short sales out there. There's still a large amount of homes out there that have a large amount of equity. So hearing negative news, this is nothing like we haven't heard before. There's always been housing bubble fears. It's nothing new. In October 2015, a bubble larger than 2006 was reported, and the appreciation was actually 5.1%. So, in 2016, we're in a new housing bubble. Appreciation was actually 5.4%. November 2017, home ownership doesn't build wealth, study finds. The appreciation that year was 6.1%. September 2018, it's better to rent than to buy in today's housing market. The appreciation that year was 4.1%. In July 2019, the housing market is about to shift in a bad way for buyers. The appreciation that year was only 4%, but that money was going into that buyer's pocket, not the landlord's. December 2019, next year will be hard on the housing market, especially in these big cities. That year, appreciation was 16%. 16% that people made that year because they didn't listen to negative news and they got their foot in the door. And then July 2021, housing boom is over as new home sales fall to pandemic low. That year, 2021, was 18%. So do not listen to negative news. It is imperative that you call your local realtor and you talk to your lender that you trust, or call us and we'll give you the vetted lenders numbers that you can trust that have been doing this for decades in all kinds of markets and know when rates will go up, when rates go down. We're all there to protect the homeowners. So all these numbers are signs and they tell a story of the actual facts. So there's no cause for alarm. Sky's not falling, but we are seeing a lower appreciation. We are seeing a leveling out and a warming of the market. It's coming into balance with similar amount of buyers as sellers, which is a great win-win for home buyers and home sellers to negotiate and get what they both want. And if you want to discuss if now is a good time to make a move in your local market, then please give us a call. I'm Mel with the Mark and Mel Team, eXp Realty, and for over 30 years, we've loved helping our home buyers and home sellers and real estate agents with excellence through experience.